Swine flu is a respiratory disease caused by a relatively new strain of influenza virus known as H1N1. It is a contagious viral infection transmitted by inhalation or ingestion of infected droplets, such as from people sneezing or coughing. The H1N1 virus has multiple parts. Inside the virus is genetic material that carries a blueprint for building copies of the virus. The virus has an envelope with spikes of proteins referred to as H&N proteins, which give rise to the naming convention for the virus. Swine flu typically infects cells in the respiratory system first, such as the nose, throat, or lungs. The H spike on the virus attaches to receptors on the surface of the healthy cell membrane. This allows the virus to penetrate the cell. As it does so, the body forms a membrane around the virus molecule. The virus then travels towards the cell's command center, the nucleus, and opens up to release its genetic content inside the cell's cytoplasm. The viral genetic content enters the nucleus, where it uses the cell's own machinery to print copies of itself. Some of these copies travel out of the nucleus, back into the cytoplasm. There, they attach to ribosomes. Ribosomes are like factories that produce parts based on a blueprint. The viral blueprint causes ribosomes to manufacture proteins, like the H and N spikes, that are needed to create new virus molecules. Now, all components needed to create a new virus assemble below the cell membrane, and using the cell's own surface membrane to create the viral envelope, form into a new virus. In this way, a single cell can produce millions of viruses. The viral load on the cell also causes the cell to burst. These newly generated viruses then go on to infect other healthy cells, causing the flu.
Hello and hi everyone. My name is Nurliana Binti Haidesha. My metric card number is MA19256. Today, I would like to share some information about the virus of H1N1. As you know, the virus has been spread about 10 years ago in the end month of March and the earlier month of April. The virus has been outbreak in Malaysia, a latch of the pandemic. As of in 11 August 2009, the country has over 2,253 cases. The first case has been detected in Mexico in 2009. The virus called as H1N1 because they have a major surface antigen, which is H1 is hemoglobin type and N1 is neuraminidase type 1. Swine flu or H1N1 disease is a type of infection disease through the respiratory tract caused by influenza virus. It is a part of seasonal influenza. Simple privacy regions such as United States have a variation of the influenza strain with high levels that often occurs in winter. Different with tropical regions such as Malaysia, where no season influenza spread season, in other words, specifically, it happens through the year. The H1N1 virus can survive around 1 to 2 weeks in a living pig species. The cross-species infection remain in the local area and do not cause infection at global level. Unfortunately, the cross-circulation of these species with potential influenza virus. The infection period of H1N1 influenza on adults usually start day 1 before symptoms are punished around 5 to 7 days after symptoms begin. However, people with weakness immune system and children may be infection for longer period, about 10 to 14 days. The symptoms of influenza viral infection are similar to seasonal flu, including fever with temperature 37.8 Celsius, chill, cold, and others. There are several medicines that can effectively that have been found for treat H1N1. This medicine are reserved for high risk people who may have complications. The majority of H1N1 influenza patients fully recover without need the medical treatment. That's all. Thank you everyone to lend your ears. Till we meet again. Bye bye.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nadia, and today I want to talk about cause of H1N1. H1N1 influenza is contagious respiratory disease that causes symptoms of seasonal influenza in people. The name swine flu was initially used to describe this type of influenza because laboratory tests showed that this strain of flu virus was made up of genus that were very similar to the one that caused influenza among pigs. Just like humans, pigs also can get the flu. However, we now know that H1N1 flu virus is made up of genus from several different flu viruses that normally circulate among pigs, birds, and humans. This strain was the most common cause of influenza in 2019 when it caused disease worldwide like pandemic. Now we go to the first causes of H1N1. First point is H1N1 flu is caused by influenza A virus. Influenza viruses are constantly changing their genus, a process called mutation. When a swine flu virus is found in human, it is said to have jumped the species barrier. This means that the virus has mutated in a way that allows it to cause the condition in human. Because humans have no natural protection or immunity to the virus, they are likely to become ill. The H1N1 flu virus is made up of genus from flu virus that are normally cause influenza in pigs, birds, and humans. Next, we go to the second point. What is caused by H1N1? H1N1 is caused by person-to-person transmission. H1N1 flu virus is contagious. Person-to-person transmission of H1N1 flu virus occur, and the virus is easily spread among people. It is believed that it is spread the same way as regular seasonal influenza. A person infected with H1N1 flu virus can infect others starting one day before symptoms develop and up to 7 or more days after becoming ill. Influenza is spread from person to person when the virus enters the body through the eyes, nose, and mouth. Coughing and sneezing release the germs into the air where they can be breathed in by others. The virus can also rest on hard surface like doorknobs, ATM buttons, and counter. A person who touch the surface with their hands and then touch their eyes, nose, and mouth can become infected with the virus. Influenza is generally not spread by eating food or drinking water, but it is spread by touching eyes, nose, and mouth.
H1N1, also known as a swine flu. In 2009, H1N1 was spread very fast around the world, so WHO called it as a pandemic. How this virus spread? The same way as a seasonal flu, the person who had a cough or sneeze will spray the tiny drops of the virus into the air. Touch a surface like a door or where the tiny drop is land, or touch something that infected person recently touched, you may caught H1N1 swine flu. Okay, now I would like to explain about the impact of the H1N1. Okay, the first category is health. Young children, older people, pregnant women, and those who with a compromised immune system may have a higher risk. swine flu lead to more serious problems, including pneumonia, a lung infection, and other of breathing problems.
新发地啊，全是好菜，成包成口的。
Okay, the second category is economy. The fall of inequity market, especially for the most affected industries such as tourism, travel, and sector with a high reliance human contact. Travel plans is already changed and airline booking is also being affected. Okay, the third category is life. The people who is infected with this virus will lose the self-confidence in front of other people. Okay, now for the conclusion, there are many achievements in development of influenza vaccine and antiviral medicine to prevent and treat this influenza, so the pandemic can be well controlled.
Here I want to share with you a few practical prevention ways to keep yourself safe. First is avoiding large crowd. Avoiding large crowd can often be difficult, but if you are able to limit contact with people during flu season, you can reduce your risk of getting an infection. The flu, because the flu can spread quickly in confined space. This includes school, office, and nursery, cafe, and other space. So if you have a weaker immune system, you can wear mask if you go to a large crowd. Wash your hand regularly because the flu can live on surface for 24 hours. So we have to get into habit of regularly washing your hand. This is especially before preparing food and eating. Also, you have always wash your hand after using the toilet. Strengthen your immune system is another way to protect yourself against flu. A strong immune system in your body fight off infection, and if you become sick, a strong immune system will help you to reduce the symptom of the flu symptom. And lastly, clean and disinfect surface. If someone in your home has the flu and you might become exposed to the flu, and if you want to reduce your risk by infected with the flu, you have to disinfect the surface and kill the flu germs using sanitizer. Thank you.
This is 5 ways how Malaysians improve their health and fight the H1N1. Number 1. Wash hands. One of the most important things you can do to avoid getting H1N1 and many other viruses is to always wash your hands. Number 2. Vitamin C. Make sure you getting enough vitamin C. Oranges, orange juice, kiwi and vegetables are all good natural sources. Number 3. Stay home. Keep your kids and yourself home from school or work if you feeling ill. Number 4. Change clothes. When you get home from work or your children get home from school, take a moment to sit down, take off your shoes and change into different clothes. If time permits, jump in the shower or wash your children's face and hands. Number 5. Keep hydrated. You must drink plenty of liquids. Choose water, juice, and warm soups to prevent dehydration. Other than that, what about the lifestyle of the locals?
Assalamualaikum, saya Syazwan daripada Dungun Terengganu. So hari ni saya baru habis jogging 2-3 round. Jadi pada tajuk cara untuk mengatasi dan menjadikan hidup kita lebih baik daripada H1N1 adalah first sekali adalah amalkan gaya hidup sihat, iaitu makan dengan bersukan. So first, bersukan ni at least satu hari kita buatlah dalam 10 minit, 20 minit untuk kekalkan kesihatan hidup kita dan juga tubuh badan kita. Okay, seterusnya amalkan juga gaya pemakanan yang sihat, contohnya jumlah protein dan karbohidrat seimbang antara kedua-dua itu. Okay, so seterusnya kita juga perlu menjaga kebersihan diri seperti membasuh tangan, tidak memakai pelitup muka sekiranya berlaku gejala, dan juga jauhkan daripada tempat yang sesak agar kita terhindar daripada penyakit ini.